Hello there. Guess what? It's weigh-in Friday. And I bet everybody wants to know if I stayed the same, if I lost, if I had a gain. Well, I think that's a little bit negotiable, depending on how you want to look at it. Okay, last Friday, I weighed in when I was down in the Bronx at 137.6. And I said the day before I was 135.6 last Thursday. So, bear with me a minute. This morning, I was 135.6. Now, some people would say I had a 2-pound loss. I would say I stay the same. And why would I conclude that? And I'm good with that. I think that's great. Because last weekend, I didn't eat right on Thursday because I did all the baking. So I was dehydrated. All the reasons why you're going to put on 2 pounds overnight. There's many. But in my case, I didn't eat right. I did not drink enough. And I retained water. And I had inflammation, which is what happens to me. So, on Friday, I don't think I was in the least bit upset. But I did do some different eating on Saturday and Sunday and Friday. I didn't eat the way I normally would when I'm at home with my Nutrisystem foods or my own flex meals as you see me make and my hacks and all that. I basically had a lot of salad. I did have a lot of salad. But I also know there was some extra oil in there. And I did also have some starchy stuff like white flour stuff. And that's stuff that I normally wouldn't have. So, given all of that I was away all weekend, because remember, Friday, you saw me before I started eating. I may have had just my breakfast, which would have been Nutrisystem. Truthfully, I can't even remember. Whatever it was. But then I still had to have lunch and dinner, and then the next day, 3 meals, and the following day, 3 meals, until Monday morning when I woke up for my breakfast at home, because I came home Sunday night. So I think a whole lot more damage could have happened. I'm really happy that I stayed the same, or if you want to say I lost 2 pounds, I think that's a little giving me too much credit. But I didn't overeat at any time. I just ate differently. I'm not going to call it even off plan, although technically it was. Some of it was, some of it wasn't. If anything, I overate vegetables, salad, good, and not greasy or anything like that. So, be that as it may be, today's weigh-in is 135.6. And that is a total loss. Since last summer, I was 160. That brings me to 24.4 pounds. That was last August. And then when I started Contrave in October, because I was very concerned about that I wasn't losing, at that point I did lose, but those 6 pounds were inflammation pounds. They were overeating pounds. They weren't like what I've been doing since October when I started taking the Contrave. So since October 22nd, it's 18.4 pounds. Since February 7th, when I started flexing, the Nutrisystem flexing meals at home while I was figuring out what I was going to do about purchasing and what I was going to get through the company, I was 144.8 on February 7th when I officially started back to Nutrisystem after a couple of years of not having done it. So that would give me a loss of 9.2 pounds since that day. However way you want to look at this, I am very, very happy. This last month, I've lost 2.2 pounds, considering I had 2 Easter holidays. I had an Easter weekend, and week before I had an Easter day, and I did indulge, if you recall, Easter Sunday. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy, and I hope if I can lose another 2 pounds next month, I'll be grateful. That's for me, though. That isn't for someone who's starting their journey. That isn't for someone who is restarting their journey, who lost and gained and lost and all that yo-yoing kind of stuff that goes around. That's for me at this point in my life, where it's very, very hard to lose the last few pounds of weight. And believe me, I want to sit down and eat this, that, and the other thing just like anybody else does. I still have to refrain and I have to have control. Even when I do indulge in things, I'm getting much better at not really just gorging myself, just being able to have a portion of something, or maybe even a portion and a half of something, but being able to walk away from that. That for me is key to my being able to sustain this weight loss. And that has been, I hope that's been my message to you. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.